Glory be to God. My name is Rashad Johnson. I'm making this video because the video that you're about to witness is a past event. Today's date is October 24th, 2025. The videos that you're witnessing at this moment is in 2024. Now, my journey started in 2016, which I do have a testimony series if you would like to know more about me and where I came from and giving my life over to the Lord and why God chose me. And when I say He chose me to document my journey with my wife. During this journey, God done blessed me. He done taught me. I done learned how to cast out demons. I learned how to be righteous. I learned how to love. I learned how to become a new person through the Word of God. But when it comes to my wife, God had us go through trials and tribulations to build me up. I had to go through some spiritual warfare. I had videos that dates back to 2019 with me and my wife when we got married. And the first year we was married. And the spiritual warfare attacks happened that suddenly, where I noticed a lot of the stuff that I'm going through is not normal. It didn't make sense. There was no logic. There was lies and manipulation and deceivingness coming from my wife. A woman that loved God, that worked at the church, that was prayer lines and Bible study, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. I was already gave my life to the Lord. Me and my wife, before we got married, we didn't have sex. We didn't live with each other until we moved in. So I was following the instructions that my God, Lord, Christ gave me from a previous marriage before my wife that I'm with right now. But what y'all gonna witness in these videos is how I overcame, how I been doing the will of God. There is video, actual footage of arguments of me and my wife and her acting out in spiritual warfare, attacking me. But a lot of my videos is just me talking to you over the phone, giving you a rundown of a spiritual argument that I just had. Now, I didn't want to post my life over to social media and Facebook, but God was putting this on my spirit to do. And I fought with God. I didn't want to do this because I love my wife. I'm in love with my wife. And like I said, I didn't want people in my personal life. But come to find out, and when I realized this is bigger than me and my wife, this is bigger than me and my wife. It's for everybody out there that's watching these videos that God done guided to watch these videos. It's just a lot of my videos may not even be talking about my wife. I done had spiritual arguments with being attacked by the enemy with co-workers that I really did have relationships with, that I truly loved. My children, my siblings, my sisters, my father, my mother. I've been attacked from all angles, from my finances, my name being slurred. I done had curses put on me. And God had to teach me how to fight spiritually. I had to learn how to rebuke and bind, declare, decree and declare. I had to learn how to recognize these demons and their tactics and how they fight. What causes a person to allow the demon into controlling them? The Bible's crystal clear. I do back up a lot what I say with the Bible verses in the videos. This is not about, let me show you my life in drama. This is showing you how God is maneuvering and how great our God is. He used me and my family, but he mainly used me to do his will, which is my purpose. Even though today, October 24th, 2025, my story is not done. My wife and I are in a divine separation where God had to separate us to correct things to get me and my wife equally yoked. And she been through some things. I haven't spoken to her, but you will see how God brings us back together. You just got to watch the videos in order. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of videos. This is not a quick story. This is a teaching moment. God tells me what to say, what to put. He done use prophets to reach out to me and tell me what's going on with my wife or what to expect, how to fight the enemy. Like, it was people that I was underneath that went on the journey before me that is giving me the wording to understand what I'm going through and how to fight the enemy. But when you watch these videos, you will see the miracles, you will see the breakthroughs, you will see things that I said that took place with me that God told me this is not going to stand, and it did not stand. A lot of y'all may be going through spiritual warfare and don't even know it. A lot of y'all may be separated from your spouses and your loved ones, or you may not be talking to your loved ones or your mothers or your fathers or co-workers, and you think that it's just normal. No, you're being attacked. This is spiritual warfare. I talk about everything. And like I said, I use the biblical Bible verses to back up everything I'm saying. So I'm not going to make this too long. Continue to watch these videos in order. They are numbered from episode 1 to episode 300 and whatever. But watch how the story plays out. And like I said, if you want to reach me, my email is in the description. If you want to know more about me and my journey, go look up my testimony series. I love y'all, and I'm out. This is May 20th, 2024. This is continuation from the last video on my way to work. So where I left off was I ended up getting detained. End up going to the substation in Moreno Valley, which the officers there let me use my cell phone. I end up calling off and used my annual time for 3 days. Sat in the substation for about 3 hours, 3-4 hours. Then they transported me to Riverside County, which once I got there, I had to get booked in, interview process, fingerprinted, picture taken, all this stuff, right? Change my clothes, strip down naked, and then they put you in a holding tank. In that holding tank, I just remember and just thinking to myself, like, okay, I need to start praying, right, to get out. So I get to praying, but then I tell myself, I need to pray for everybody up in here. So I stop myself and I let everybody know who I am. I let them know I'm a Christian. And if they got somebody that they need me to pray for, a child, a mom, a spouse, or whatever, I'm here for it. So, it was this Hispanic dude. He gives me a name. I pray for about 3 minutes, praying for everybody in there. And, they was open to it. And they was cool. So I'm in there, I'm talking, I'm telling people my testimony. Telling people, how God put faith in me, how he built up my faith with these events that I went through during my walk. I get to telling them that, they could change their life. You just got to give it to God. I went from being homeless to having a 5-bedroom house, right? And that anything that I used to want to do, I don't have the desire to do. If it was masturbation, cheating on my wife, doing that type of stuff, right? And I could tell that, I could feel like their energy, and a lot of them had good energy. They was just caught up on the merry-go-round. Y'all done heard me say the merry-go-round, which is you just can't get off the merry-go-round. You keep repeating the same thing. And I'm explaining to them how that's the demon. The demon keeps you on the merry-go-round. The demon keeps you from growing, right? And it's just crazy because, later on, 2 black dudes come up in there, and I get to talking my story again to them. A couple people left, a couple people stayed. Most of the people, they be trying to sleep on the benches or just fall asleep. That's the demon in them, trying to keep them asleep. Especially not hearing anything I have to say when it comes to God. But, I didn't get no pushback while I was, in this holding tank. But I'm talking to the black dudes, and they telling me that, you need a... Now, what's crazy, I called my wife from the holding tank. I don't know nobody's personal phone number but my wife, which was a learning experience. I need the people that I trust the most and who I love the most, I need to know their phone numbers by heart. But, I'm talking to my wife, and the whole time, she's trying to talk about the situation, and I'm like, I'm trying to talk about getting out because I didn't want to be there. And eventually, she just hangs up on me. Because I'm like, I'm listening to her, but I'm like, I'm not here to talk about what took place. I'm already in jail. There's no remorse. There's no sorrow. There's no I'm sorry. It's just, we need to get a divorce. And I'm gonna divorce you. Same things I've been hearing over and over and over and over. It's to the point I was like, I had to tell myself at that moment, if she wants to divorce me, let her divorce me. No more arguing with this enemy. No more going back and forth with this enemy. Like, I'm tired. I'm done. Because all that's going on between me and her is just I'm just being tormented. I'm being tormented. My emotions is getting played with from daily. I don't know what type of wife I'm going to get from day to day. Can't say certain things. Don't know if the enemy's gonna pop in and pop out. Like, I was just to the point, like, I really don't care what you do. I'm still gonna be a father to my children. That's one thing I am gonna be. I'm not saying I want to divorce you. I'm just saying I'm tired. I want to be with my wife. I love my wife, but I can't. I'm just getting to a point that I'm in jail, and I'm 45 years old in jail. That don't make sense to me. I should not be in jail at 45 because you're making irrational decisions when I did not even do nothing to you, and then you want to make it seem like I'm this abuser. I'm not an abuser. If I was abusing you, I would have been locked up. I would have been went to jail, but I'm not abusing you. as many times, and for those that been following my videos, as many times I done filmed the police come to my house. So I'm trying to get bailed out now. She hangs up on me. I try to call her back. Guess what? I'm blocked. Okay, cool. It's whatever. Talking to the black dudes, they telling me I need to go with Aladdin bail bonds because you could do self bail. Most of the other ones, you know, they want you to have a co-signer. But if I don't know nobody's phone number, I can't have a co-signer. So I'll go through Aladdin. Next thing you know, my bail is $50,000 because it's domestic violence, and I gotta pay pretty much a total of $5,000. Hold on one second. And then they want me to put a deposit of $500, which I had the money in the account, but I got to thinking, and I'm like, we got too much going on. We got child care that we got to pay for. We got to, it's just too much, right? It's just too much going on. And I don't want to handicap my family with these bills. Because it's like I said, I have child support, I have child care, debt that we're trying to pay back. It's just too much to try to do. So I said, you know what, Rashad? And, you know, talking to the young cats, they telling me, hey, all you gonna do, you know, if you ain't been in no trouble, you 45, you work at the post office, you know, all you gonna do is go to court on Friday. If they don't see you within 48 hours, then they gotta release you. They're gonna give you an OR. And then just roll and just do that. But I'm gonna continue this, and I'm gonna holler back. I gotta get to work. I'm out.